All right. Hi, everyone. Okay, I wanted to share really quick just a breakdown of the ingredients in the beach bars because a lot of us are ingredient snobs and we don't just want to eat stuff because we know that it has maybe less sugar or higher protein or less carbs, things like that, but we're very particular about what ingredients are in there because there's a lot of things, there's a lot of diet food out there that can have lower sugar, lower carbs, but still have crap in it. So I did some research and wanted to break it down. Obviously, the Beach Bar in comparison to like RX bars or other things like that beats it as far as higher protein, lower carbs, and lower sugar. But what's in it exactly? And if you get a glimpse of the ingredient list, it might at first glance surprise you because it looks like a lot of ingredients, but you need to remember that Beachbody in general is really big into not only what's left out of their products, but what is added in. For so many years, we've been taught that looking at a label is all about what shouldn't be in there, right? What we should leave out. But I would submit to you guys that what you're leaving out of your diet is only about a third of what is important in your diet. The other two-thirds is about what you're actively adding in to help with health prevention and fight disease and things like that. So most people think, oh, I should add in veggies or things like that. So, I'll have some broccoli and carrots today. Well, okay, that's good, but that's like a minimum that's what you should be doing minimum, like anyways. So most of us don't even understand how much intentionality and effort needs to go into being proactive in researching what you should be adding in on a daily basis. And I lived for years without doing any supplements. I totally thought I was fine just eating my veggies and eating clean and things like that. And while that is good, that's just a start. That is not going above and beyond to protect yourself. So I truly believe that Beachbody is a company that cares not just about what's left out, but what's added in, as seen with Shakeology. That's why they're so particular about what is added in and making sure those ingredients aren't just thrown in, but they research the fact that when those ingredients are mixed together, you have a better product because of them working together. So anyways, here's just a breakdown of some of the ingredients that might concern you. Or at first glance, you go, what is that and why is that in there? Because I did the same thing, so I decided to research it. Let's just start with the beginning. Whey protein isolate. Why is whey protein isolate the best? Well, it's the purest form of whey. It's a complete protein, which is important for building muscle, weight loss, that type of thing. It supports lower blood pressure. It helps reduce symptoms of stress and depression. It also has lower lactose levels, so a lot of people who have an allergy to milk can have whey protein isolate. It's also easily digestible, so that's important. Okay, then the first ingredient that might stand out to you is tapioca starch. This is just an alternative for a thickener. A lot of people use cornstarch and don't realize that cornstarch is actually not good for you. Most cornstarch is made from GMO corn products. And the process of making cornstarch is not very good for you. So tapioca starch, when you need a thickener, is like the best choice, in my opinion. I've used it for years. I have it in my shelf for baking. It's actually made from, I don't know if I'm going to say it right, cassava root or cassava root. I don't know how to say it. I use stuff made with cassava root all the time. I've just never heard someone pronounce it out loud. Okay, and then the next thing that might stand out to you, again, I'm going to butcher this, is isomalto oligosaccharides. I can't say it, but I didn't know what this was. And it says kind of in the label that it's made from tapioca and it's a dietary fiber. This is true. I looked it up. It's a naturally occurring plant-based dietary fiber. And what's cool about this is it's not just a dietary fiber, it's a prebiotic. It's soluble and it's low glycemic. Now, prebiotics, why are they important? We've all heard of probiotics, but what's a prebiotic? Well, a prebiotic is a category of functional food. It's defined as non-digestible. And this is important because if it's non-digestible, it's going to go through your large intestine and get to the colon, which is where you want it to go because once it sits there, it passes through your digestive system without being broken down, and then they absorb water, pass through the stomach, and they sit basically in your colon and prevent fermentation of good gut, which is what you want. So they're important to have in your diet on a regular basis because you want to be supporting the good bacteria in your body, which is pretty cool. This is also a soluble fiber, which is important. It dissolves in water, whereas insoluble fiber obviously doesn't. Um, Soluble fiber forms a gel-like consistency in the stomach that slows stomach emptying. So the delay of stomach emptying keeps the body feeling fuller longer, which is why fiber is so important in weight loss, weight management goals, that type of thing. It also helps block the absorption of cholesterol, which reduces the risk of heart disease, which is pretty cool. Fermentation of IMOs, or isomalto oliglycerides, however you say it, by colonic bacteria results in production of short-chain fatty acids that metabolize in liver and confer many psychological benefits to the host, including protection from colonic cancer. They stabilize blood glucose levels, they decrease cholesterol synthesis, and they lower the digestive tract's pH, which allows for an increased absorption of dietary minerals and helps stimulate immune function. So basically, that's just a lot of fancy words to say. This is going to help you prevent colon cancer. It stabilizes your blood levels. It can decrease your cholesterol. It lowers your pH, which in turn helps your body to absorb minerals and things like that. So the next one that I was a little bit concerned with was palm kernel oil, and I didn't realize till I looked it up that this is an MCT oil, which if you've heard of the keto diet or anything like that where they're promoting more veggies and protein over carbs, they drink their coffee with MCT oil because it feeds your brain, and it's a medium chain triglyceride, which is a good kind of fatty acid because it's a certain length. As the name suggests, I don't want to get into all of it, but basically it's a really good chain to absorb. Let's see, where am I? They don't require energy to be absorbed. This is why MCT oils are good for you. They're almost a perfect source of natural energy, which is really cool. MCTs don't need bile salts to be digested. They can pass directly from the digestive system to the bloodstream without being modified by digestion. So it makes them easier to digest and utilize. They are used medicinally for people with digestive and malabsorption issues. So again, good for your gut. They're also an ideal source of healthy fats for people with sluggish liver or missing gallbladder, which I don't have that, but still. MCT oil, good for your brain, good for your energy. Then the next ingredient, sunflower lecithin. Sunflower lecithin has a good impact on your liver and your heart health and inflammation, which is pretty cool. It's good for brain health, blood pressure, the nervous system, and cardiovascular health. When the liver is overworked or handling a large amount of excess fat, it can exacerbate many other health problems, including diabetes and liver disease. With enough lecithin in your system, the chances of this happening are greatly reduced since it can reduce the amount of excess fat in your bloodstream. So this is pretty cool. Lecithin is one of those ingredients, again, that is something you have to be proactive and intentional in including into your diet, and it helps your body in dealing with blood pressure, nervous system, cardiovascular health. It can help with diabetes, liver disease. So that's pretty cool. Vegetable glycerin. Again, I was like, what's vegetable glycerin? But little did I know, it treats constipation and a myriad of skin conditions. So this is helpful for keeping soft, supple skin. Rice starch, which is in there. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. They needed another safe starch to thicken it with, and using rice is a better alternative as using corn. But did you know that rice starch can help treat diarrhea? It's a source of vitamin B, which is important for brain development, and it can even soothe eczema. So if you have kids that are dealing with that, rice starch or even just making some rice water can help with that, just as a side note. Sunflower oil. The health benefits of sunflower oil include its ability to improve heart health, boost energy, strengthen the immune system, improve skin health, prevent cancer, lower cholesterol, protect against asthma, and reduce inflammation, which I had no idea. So that's pretty cool that it's in there. That does a lot. And I've noticed there are several of these that help with the skin health, which is pretty cool. And then the very last ingredient that I was not sure about was the mixed tocopherols. I might not be saying that right. But this is just a form of vitamin E. they're using it as a preservative, but what's cool about this is it's a form of vitamin E. It's typically derived from vegetable oils like sunflower oil, but it's an antioxidant superhero, and it's often used in skincare products like moisturizer or things like that because, again, it's really good for your skin. So I hope that helps you guys in understanding some of the breakdown of the ingredients in the bars. Yes, there are more ingredients in these bars than the RX bars. I'll probably still use some RX bars, but as far as having a bar for my kids, or just a bar that I want to grab and go sometimes that's just higher in protein, I feel good about this bar knowing that most of the ingredients in here are intentional and clean, and it's way better than what I've seen at the store as far as a bar like this goes. My kids actually don't love RX bars, I think because of the texture. With being so chewy, these are more crispy, but yet really low in like the carbs, low in sugar, high in protein. So I feel really good about them grabbing this. So I hope that helps. Let me know if you have any questions. And that's it.